Okay, 1901, good luck. 230 games for my opponent, so still in the process of building a rating. We've just gone through 650 games. Actually, let's go c3 first, just to guard any checks. I might go g3, I could do e3. Depends what you want to do. I play the reti a lot, so it's very common to go g3, bishop g2. So do I want to try and challenge this? Bishop up, queen up, you just meet with queen up, play an endgame. I'm quite happy to do that. So I'm going to develop the bishop and go a London type structure for this game. If queen up, I'm quite happy to meet it with queen up and in principle play an endgame. Okay, launches one. So I'm going to go e3 just to try and go for sensible structure. Take back this way. I could have taken and got an extra pawn in the center, I suppose, but I just want to get castled now. Got to be a little bit careful on some occasions if a pawn can push here, so still got to pay attention. Could easily go wrong. Okay, now we're just going to castle. Oh, opponent only has 50 games in Blitz as well, so it's actually a relatively new account. This could turn out to be underrated. Let's just see. Goes for a6. I don't see any benefit to bringing the knight this way, so it's whether I'm going to push the c pawn, and I don't think I am. So we probably go here then. So I'm going to start by moving the rook across, and then just maybe bring the knight over to the king's side. So we're just going to develop the knight. We could go in over potentially. Actually, that seems sensible, doesn't it? Yeah, let's make room for this knight to come to f3. Ooh, now that allows me to go here and trade a knight for bishop. Okay, I'm going to do that. Trade for the bishop. Any tricks here? I don't think so. Let's take and bring the knight across. Still got to watch for this pawn push. It's easy to blunder the pawn hit in two pieces. It does happen. Okay. I'm going to spend a move, giving my bishop a retreat and giving my king a potential escape for later in the game. Now, do I do the same here? Once I push, it's a square for my opponent, but that's a bit annoying, isn't it? So I'm going to go a3 just for a move, and then maybe knight up and trade one of the knights off. Let's just see how it pans out. Opponent's playing quickly, so I'm nearly a minute down already here. Playing well as well. Okay. So knight in. Do I want knight up and trade? I think I do. I'm going to play knight up, so if in I can trade with the knight and then drop the bishop back. Probably drop the bishop back. Ooh, now that might give me a chance for some tricks. If the queen wanders off, we can grab a pawn. So queen up I think makes sense. Knight in, I'm still going to take with a knight and probably drop back. I've got to be careful though. The only reason I'm going here is if the queen wanders off, there's a chance for bishop takes to grow a pawn and we hit the knight. That's the only reason I've gone here. Queen across could be a move to create a direct threat. The knight has come in, so I thought I wanted to take with a knight here, but what about the bishop? Take with the knight. You're going to go here and fix this pawn. Now, do I want the bishop here for the diagonal? I'm not actually going anywhere, am I? So am I better off keeping it bishop and knight versus bishop and knight? But then it's opposite coloured bishops. I'm just wondering whether to go with the bishop and keep my nice knight here, though. And then rook across. I think I like that, actually. But I could play rook across, bishop here, rook here, bishop here. But that pawn's going to be very weak. I'm going to go with the knight and drop the bishop back. Oh, he's come forward. Have I just blundered? I didn't even think of that move. I didn't even consider it as a move. So I've just cleanly blundered the game. I wasn't paying attention, so that's over, isn't it? That's got to be over. Have I got bishop up? No, but I'll lose an extra piece whatever I do. I have to play bishop up. Okay, I'll just write this game off. I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't even consider it. You know, you just play pawn down. I mean, maybe I can take... Oh, he had f5 there. But I'm completely lost here. I should be completely lost, barring some Miracle swindle. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. No, and obviously I'm trying to talk and explain thoughts and ideas, so you're not paying attention quite as much as when you're focused. It's unfortunate, but it's done. So obviously I'll need the rook across now. Hope I get some sort of swindle, which is very unlikely. Okay, I'm going to have to play quickly. We'll see the queen come down and I'll just drop back and then try and come across. I've got to do something like this. There's not really anything else I can do, is there? So, I'd like to do rook up and across, but then rook up, queen down, and my queen's off the board, isn't it? Which I can't have. So I'll go here to come across. Okay, that's what he's gone for. I'm going to play across now, creating an immediate threat, but I'm going to try and aim to bring the rook up as well. So I'm trying to come up here and chase the queen away. Okay, now I could play a rook up here, and you can't actually take because of the one move pin. So is this anything or nothing? Here, queen takes, bishop takes would be good for me. So here, queen wanders off somewhere, bishop takes, takes would be good for me, right? I'm just going to play it, like I say. When you get a game where you blunder, it's one of them things, isn't it? You tend to write the game off, but we might actually be back in it now. If we can sack here, we might be. We create a threat to hit the rook, but we create a checkmate threat as well. If you have to give up the queen here, then we're definitely better. We can take back with a bishop. And you can't take the bishop this move because of the pin. It's a very, very unnecessary move, that. Very bold. It could be winning, it could be a great move, but very unnecessary. But where does the queen go to? The queen goes back when we can check, takes here. That would be winning for us as well. So you probably need to be on a light square. Yeah, go on the light square, but can't I just take now? If you take back, it just wins on the spot, so you can't take back. I think that's crushing. I don't think I take with the rook. I think I just take with a bishop. And we might win our exchange back, otherwise we've got a mate in 2 threat. So we're actually back in this one. Yeah, sometimes it's a little falter, man. Sometimes when I blunder or something, you can easily mentally switch off and say, well, I'll write this game off. And then your opponent, of course, can blunder back at some point. It was a very unnecessary move. So it feels like we're back in this game now. But there might be a good defense for black, of course. But we're threatening mate in 2 both ways. We're threatening to win the rook and get our exchange back. You might have to play a move like king up. And then it's a case of, do we take the rook or do we go for the sacrifice? We don't have a queen check, but I think king up is the move. Oh, he's taken. Well, that's just checkmate, isn't it? I think that's just checkmate. He just hasn't calculated it. Well, we get extremely lucky with that one. We must have been -4 or something or whatever it is. Let's see what the engine says we actually were. What was it? 28 moves and completely bust. I mean, it's just one blunder. It's really one blunder each, isn't it? But ours should have cost us the game. So what were we? So we've played the opening pretty well, and we're +2 better. So we've done pretty well here. Turn the engine on. So it was correct to take the bishop, was it? They're all broadly saying the evals there. The engine is saying a4 it likes as well, and knight takes is also just about the same. Then we've not paid attention here, and we've just blundered it. And then black comes better. So in this position, knight in. We're still better here, +1 better. And engine is saying queen to e2 or rook to e2 or rook a to b1 and just don't take the knight. When I've done that, I'm actually -2, so I'm not as bad as what it felt like. And I thought here, wasn't there a move like f5? Why is f5 no good? Maybe rook takes pawn. I thought f5 here. And then maybe I've just got rook takes pawn. If you take, I take back and I've just won a pawn or something. So it was right for my opponent to take, and then it's just a careless move. So here, the engine is saying instead of queen across, just bishop takes pawn immediately. And it must be bad to take back. So I could have taken there. And then it's just a crazy move to play g5. Just opening the king's defences up for no good reason whatsoever. Now the engine's actually saying there as well, rook takes is actually stronger than bishop takes. They're both winning. But rook takes is a good move, so there must be a force mate there as well with the triangulation. You can obviously take your time and play through the moves, what the engine says. But we're still +6 better here. And then that's just a mate in two with rook takes and then a queen coming across. So we get a bit lucky with that one.